And welcome back to another update video. And today I do have a few things to show. I got a couple Criterions, a couple Scream Factory, a couple Scorpion, some 88, some Arrow. I'm going to do a couple shout outs in this video, and I will mention them when I come across certain titles. I also got a really cool soundtrack. I'm going to show you guys that last. The first things I'm going to show here are kind of like a little mix and match pile that don't really have a pile to go in of their own. So the first one is It Stains the Sands Red. And about a week ago, I was watching Victor Crowley, and this was one of the previews of the movie before the feature. And it seemed kind of unique. It is another zombie film, which is not unique, but I started to watch it. I ended up falling asleep because I was really tired from work that day, but it's still in my player right now. I'm going to watch it probably tonight, maybe tomorrow night. But this couple here are driving kind of like in a desert, secluded area, and their car breaks down. And this guy starts kind of plodding down the road. He's kind of stumbling and making his way toward them, and he gets out his gun and starts shooting at the guy. And before too long, very early in the movie, this guy gets chomped on the neck and he's gone. So it becomes her fight for survival on her own against just this lone zombie. At least that's how the beginning started. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. It's called It Stains the Sands Red, as you guys can see. And it says it's the most original zombie movie since 28 Days Later. And it does have kind of a unique feel to it, so I am looking forward to checking this out. It's from Dark Sky Films. It came out in 2017. I believe it was just recently released on Blu-ray, though. If you guys have seen the movie and you want to comment on it, just please don't give any spoilers because I haven't watched the whole thing yet. And if you guys want to pause and read the synopsis, go ahead and check that out. There's only a couple special features, not very much. And in fact, there's no cover or interior art, there's no booklet, there's no slipcover. And then actually, I think I paid about like 17 bucks on Amazon, which is pretty pricey for just kind of a bare bones edition, but I'm looking forward to checking that out. I also picked up the 8 movie collection of Friday the 13th. This is just the first 8 movies all the way up until Jason Takes Manhattan. And you can see, well, maybe you can't, it's very small, but the yellow type under each movie is all the special features. So they do have quite a few special features, and I have this series several different times. It's my favorite horror series of all time, so I just wanted to pick this up and add it to the collection. It just comes on swing trays. I don't believe there's any interior art. I'm not going to open this up on camera because I do have some things to show, and I don't want the video to be too long. It's already going to be very long, so just keep moving on here. This is an upgrade for me. This is Octoman on Blu-ray, put up by Retro Media. I do have the DVD of this, and it had gone out of print, and it was very scarce and very high priced, this movie. I think the cheapest I had seen it was for like 50 bucks and up. So it was good to see that Retro Media put this out. And it does have some special features there, as you can see. And this is the special edition. And it also comes with a bonus feature. There's a second movie called The Cremators from 1972. I believe that Octoman came out in 78, but I could be mistaken. It doesn't say here on the back. I know it was late 70s. So I was glad to pick this up, and it was dirt cheap on Amazon. I believe it was like around 15. For me, that's a steal for a Blu-ray of a movie that was out of print. So the next one is another one that is probably going to be disappointing, just like Leatherface was. But I had to check it out because curiosity always gets the better of me, and I got to check out these movies. And this is a series that has gone downhill dramatically since the original Day of the Dead, but this is the newest one in that series called Bloodline, and this is a Blu-ray digital copy, and it has a pretty nice slipcover, I will give it that. This may be the case that the slipcover is better than the movie. There's a good chance that that's going to be true. And it doesn't have any special features other than Day of the Dead Bloodline Reviving Horror, which must be a featurette, I'm not sure. Maybe there are more special features that aren't listed. I haven't checked it out yet. But this is a Region A release. And again, if anybody has seen this and they want to comment down below about it, just please don't give any spoilers, but just let me know if you liked it or not. That's if you want to. And one I picked up at Barnes & Noble this past weekend is Once Upon a Time in the West. I do own this a couple different times on DVD. This is finally an upgrade on Blu-ray for me. I think I do have the Blu-ray steelbook of this, but I have not opened it yet because I'm keeping that as a collector's piece. But the sticker here says $13.99. It was actually $9.99, plus I had a coupon, 20% off, so I used it on this. And I can't remember what it came out to, but it was dirt cheap and I had to pick it up. You get two different versions of the movie. You get a restored version and a theatrical version. It says it's meticulously restored. So I'm glad to add this great spaghetti western to my collection. It's a Sergio Leone film, everybody knows that. And there's an all-star cast in here. Very young Charles Bronson, Henry Fonda, one of the best actors of all time, Jason Robards, Claudia Cardinal. So Woody Strode is in there too, Brother Woody. I did pick up a couple Criterions on Amazon over the last couple weeks. This is another Western called McCabe and Mrs Miller. It's a Robert Altman film from 1971, another Western. And for those who are curious, this is spine number 827. Not that that has any rhyme or reason. Criterion just puts out whatever number they want. There's no order whatsoever. So this is the 4K digital restoration of the film. It is 121 minutes. And if you guys want to read, pause that there and read the special features, please feel free to do so. There's quite a bit of special features. Excerpts from the Dick Cavett Show, some Q&As from 1999, a whole bunch of stuff. And then if you want to read the synopsis of the film, there you go. Pause that, check it out. Soundtrack by Leonard Cohen, I believe, in that film. Now here's where the first shout out comes. This is a shout out and a recommendation from Derek and Mrs. B, who were formerly from the channel No One, and now they are Salted Earth Productions, and they are a really fun duo to watch when they do their reviews and their updates. One of my favorite channels for sure. I never miss any of their videos, and I wish they uploaded more often. But I know, they're busy. But this was a recommendation from both Derek and Mrs. B, and they said that this is a great movie. This is an Ingmar Bergman film from 1957. I believe it is in German with English subtitles. It's in Swedish with English subtitles. And the film is let me start over. The film is 97 minutes, black and white. And this is a new restored high definition transfer. It has an introduction by Ingmar Bergman recorded in 2003. My tongue is not working with me today, guys. You get audio commentary with Bergman, Peter Cowie, and let's see. You get an 83-minute documentary. That's always a bonus when you get that kind of stuff, and it has a booklet, which that's very important to collectors. Oh, and the spine number is number 11. And when did Criterion release this one? Does it say? This one has been released since 2009, so I would not be surprised that this one goes out of print pretty soon because it's been in print for 9 years already. Let me see, when was McCabe and Mrs Miller? That one came out in 2016, so that's a little bit newer. But those are the two Criterions I picked up. I got two from Dark Sky, Dark Force. This is a new company. I think I mentioned this in my last update video. It is another one-man show, but it's kind of overseen by William Olson of Code Red DVD fame. He's the owner. And if you're interested in checking out Dark Force, their website is right there, darkforcedvd.bigcartel.com. They do have some nice stuff, and their prices are very reasonable. This is offerings. I know 88 Films is also going to be releasing offerings. And it seems like Code Red and 88 Films are kind of having like a little battle. And whatever Code Red puts out, or even Scorpion, and now Dark Force, it seems like 88 kind of cops on that a little bit. I don't know if, whatever, I don't know if they have some kind of a secret pact where they're releasing films to each other, but it's a tradition of the 80s slasher movie genre. Dark Force Entertainment is proud to bring you the 89 cult horror classic offerings. Dark Little Gem, directed by Christopher Reynolds. Heavily borrowed from the original Halloween, so that's the kind of film that is. And then also, from the same company, this is a twin billing of House on the Edge of the Park and The Last House on Massacre Street, Two Houses of Hell. I like the way that they do these double billings, like it's a drive-in type film. There you can see the Code Red and Dark Force logo. This one is all region for those of you overseas who are interested, and it is unrated. You get some special features there. And you can see that these are two 70s drive-in retrospect films. Last House on Massacre Street, 1973. House on the Edge of the Park, 1980. So that's that. I did manage to pick up a couple Scream Factory titles, and I got these on Amazon, so I did not get the posters with them, but that's fine with me. I have too many posters here. I don't have a lot of room for that kind of stuff. So the first one is a Sam Raimi film, Drag Me to Hell. I had to get this one. Collector's edition with this beautiful slip. I'm not going to open this on camera. I'm just going to keep moving along, but because I'm sure there have been a million unboxings of this already. This is the 2-disc set. Disc 1, you get the theatrical version. Disc 2, you get the unrated version. Plus, you can see that there are special features on each disc if you want to pause that and read it. Excellent cover. Great movie. Drag Me to Hell. I know a lot of you guys picked that one up already. And another one I've seen many unboxings of. This is Hell Night, starring Linda Blair. This is the It's been a long day, guys. I had a really long day at work, so that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. But this is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. And there you can see Miss Blair. And I wanted to pick these up now. This is an anamorphic widescreen, by the way. I wanted to pick these two up now because I know sometimes these slip covers sell out pretty fast. So I wanted to grab that, and then luckily there was still a slipcover available for Tales from the Hood. And this one is still sealed. I do have the DVD of this, and this is an upgrade. I also have the DVD for Hell Night, but I never did have Drag Me to Hell in my collection before. But there you can see there are some special features, some interviews and making of Tales from the Hood. 40 Acres and a Mule. Of course, that's a Spike Lee joint. Little Miss Heidi wants to see what we're doing in here. You want to come up here and see which movies I got? Come on. There you go. Just don't step on the movies. Okay, she wants to hang out for a little bit, so she's up here now. Okay, those were the 3 Scream Factory that I picked up. Happy to get those into the Scream Factory collection, all of the slipcovers. And moving on, I did get one Code Red title. I do have a box coming from William Olson, but who knows how long that's going to take. I picked up 3 movies directly from him. 2 of them were DVDs that were long out of print. He's just added some inventory to his Big Cartel website, so if you guys are interested, go check that out. He's got a whole bunch of stuff up there. But there's a good chance, too, that he might have closed shop because sometimes when he gets orders, he shuts the site down and you don't know when it's going to be up. So you got to kind of keep checking that daily. But he did have some, I'm not going to tell you what I got. I'm going to save that for a different update video. But you might want to go over there and take a look because he did list some stuff that had been out of print for a while. So, I mean, most of it was DVDs, but he did have quite a few Blu-rays up there too. So this one is called They Call Me Bruce. And this is kind of it's spy number 141, by the way. This is a martial arts comedy. This one was not a very good seller from what I hear from the Code Red label, but the movie was originally out in 1982, and this was released in 2017 with a new HD master. It says, "Enter the Dragon meets the Three Stooges," so that's pretty much what you're gonna expect to find when you put that movie in. I did get a couple of Scorpion titles, and I'm very happy to add these to the collection. This one I already did have on DVD. This is an upgrade for me, and I love Christopher George, excellent actor. This is Grizzly, and this was kind of like a rip-off of Jaws. They called it Jaws with Claws. That was one of the kind of taglines for the movie, I guess. But this one is the new anamorphic master from the HD of the original Interpositive. And I think this is probably as good as the movie's gonna look. I know that this was the second release of the Blu-ray from Scorpion. I think they, initially when they released the first Blu-ray, they found better elements for the second Blu-ray. So I think, as far as I know, this is the best it's gonna look. I don't know if they'll ever put this in 4K, but who knows. But this is all region. The film is from 1976. And I'm glad to have that in the collection. The next is a Michel Soavi film called The Sect, presented by Dario Argento. Very glad to get this one in. This was on Amazon for $11, I think, so if you guys are interested, go check it out. It's Region A. And it says you get the new 2K scan with over 45 hours of color correction. You get an interview with star Tomas Arana. On-camera interview with director Michel Soavi. Yeah. So this is Kelly Curtis stars in this movie, and she's the sister of Jamie Lee Curtis. So that is The Sect. I would have liked to seen a better cover though. That's a little weak. But good movie though. Good. And a couple here from Severin. This one seemed to be one that a lot of people were picking up. This one is called Threads, and it has a really sweet lenticular. Big Ben in the background getting torched to the ground. Kind of a apocalypse type movie. From what I hear, this is a British film. It says the closest you ever want to come to nuclear war is Threads. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Shh. I'm trying to do a video here. She's like a diva. I think she wants to be on camera. But you do get some special features here. And you guys can read those. And you can read the synopsis here if you want to. The movie that shook the world, restored in HD for the first time ever. I'm not even sure when this movie came out. It says 1984, I guess. And then it was re-released in 1987. So this is an old one. This is probably a hidden gem. If anybody has seen this yet, let me know. Comment down below without giving any spoilers. Let me know what I'm in for with Threads. But that is a sweet cover, though. That is really nice. And then I got Eaten Alive. I think this one was limited to 2,000. I could be wrong. Maybe it was 2,500. It was limited to something like that. And the first pressing, you get a slipcover. This is Eaten Alive, a film by Umberto Lenzi. And this edition has 2 discs. The second disc is the soundtrack of the film. So there's a good chance that this will be sold out pretty soon. So if you guys are interested in it, go check out severinfilms.com or check out Amazon. This is where I got mine at Amazon, and this is all region Blu-ray. This is an upgrade for me. I do have I believe it was Shriek Show that put out Eaten Alive back in the day, probably 15, 20 years ago now when it first came out on DVD, whenever that was. The infamous Italian cannibal cult film, now fully restored in HD for the first time. Eaten Alive. Not a great film, not a fun film. It's kind of just a gross genre film of cannibals. I mean, they're all the same to me, really. I mean, they have animal torture in them. They have pretty crude special effects. There's really not really much of a storyline. The acting is horrible. It's just kind of like a specialty genre, whatever. But a couple 88 Films titles here. I got a couple more coming in the mail, but I wanted to get this part of the update out of the way before I get more stuff in. This is The Ghost Lovers, another Shaw Brothers film. This is number 18 in the 88 Asia collection line. And I don't have anything to say about it because I haven't watched it yet. And the next one is called Blood Harvest, Slasher Classics Collection, number 34. The film is from 1987. Prolific B-movie. Looks like it's a slasher film about killer clowns. Limited edition slipcase features. You can read the special features there if you want to. That is Tiny Tim. It looked like Tiny Tim, and I just saw down here that Tiny Tim's rap party performance is one of the bonus features. And I have some Arrow Video stuff, and then I'm going to show you guys my record that I picked up that I just got today in the mail. And that's it for today. The next one I got is Basket Case from Arrow Video with the collectible slipcover. It looks really nice. I'm going to see if I can kind of show that off a little bit more here in the light. See if I can get that light reflection, but it has kind of a metallic-y, I don't know if that's really going to show off exactly how magnificent that looks in the light, but it has like a metallic-y foil look to it, I guess. There's Belial. These are fun little films from Frank Henenlotter. Again, these are not great films by any means, but they're fun to watch. This is all region ABC. And you get a ton of special features. Look at that. This whole section right here is special features for Basket Case. That just tells you how great of a company Arrow is, that they put this much into a film like Basket Case. And it's a 4K restoration too on top of that. So this was 23 bucks on Amazon. That's a steal for this movie. I am going to open this one on camera here, and we can take a look at the reversible cover and stuff like that and see the booklet. See if I can get this here. Oops. Had to use the old grill for a minute and peel it back with my teeth. But there's the cover again, spine, and the back. And there's the disc art. See Belial peeking through the basket. There is the reversible cover. And there is you get a book and a little art card. Let me put the disc back in, because I am going to keep that cover there. Fish Facts, a public service, A Fish Called Wanda. That's one I would definitely pass on. I would definitely pass on A Fish Called Wanda. But the booklet here is really nice because this is more than just your little insert booklet. This is write-ups by Michael Gingold, formerly of Fangoria, but I mean, you got like a 20-something page booklet here, and then you have some comics. Look at that, man. I mean, that is just above and beyond anything that you can expect from any releasing company. Arrow Video does it the best. And I recommend this edition, and I'm gonna put this back in off camera apparently because it's not cooperating with me, and I don't want to ding the slipcover. There we go, I think. Let's see. There we go. And here is my second shout out of the video, and these next three pickups I bought from a fellow YouTuber and a fellow friend of mine named Turi, who goes by T-Money86, who was formerly Cathedral of Horror and a couple other different names he's had over the years. but easily one of my favorite YouTubers. I'm going to link him down below also, and I want you guys to go check out Salted Earth Productions and T-Money 86. Go give those guys a sub. These next three I picked up from Turi, who is T-Money 86, and this is why you want to spend your money by buying things from fellow collectors, because he gave me a great deal for these next three titles. I'm not going to say how much I spent for them. That seems kind of tacky. But I feel like I got a steal on these. And they're like brand new, and they're in little baggies. So, I mean, this is perfect. This is Sergio Martinez, The Suspicious Death of a Miner. I always wanted to see this film. Haven't seen it yet. I do like Sergio Martinez's work. He's done other giallo films, and he's done Western films in the past. So thank you, Turi, for the beautiful editions and the great price. There are the special edition contents, if you guys want to pause that and read it. And then if you want to read the synopsis, please feel free to do so. And keep moving here. The next one is another Arrow video title called The Untamed. And this is another one I haven't seen before. This is from Arrow Academy. It looked really cool. I think this one is still brand new. Yeah, it hasn't even been opened yet. So that's amazing. This film came, let's see if I can even tell you anything about it. I haven't seen it before, so there's nothing. It's a brand new release, though. It looks like it came out in 2016 from Arrow, so it's only been out like a year or so. You do get some special features. Making of documentary full length, and then there's the synopsis. And the third and final one that I got from T-Money 86, this is JD's Revenge. Blaxploitation boom moved into the horror market, bringing the world Blackula, Blackenstein, Abby, that was Blaxploitation's version of The Exorcist, and cult favorite JD's Revenge. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out as well. And the film originally came out in 1976. And this was a newer release from Arrow that came out in 2017. There's the special features. And lastly, we have the soundtrack that I picked up from Waxwork Records. This just dropped today. This is George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead, the original motion picture soundtrack. Music composed by Goblin. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. This is the complete original soundtrack by Goblin, colored vinyl, remastered for vinyl, printed insert artwork by Butcher Billy. This is a 2 LP set. You can see that side A from the first record has 3 tracks. Side B has 5. I'm gonna pop this one in tonight. I was gonna play it for you guys, but then my video would be demonetized. So C has 4 tracks and D has 5 tracks. Let's see if I can bust this one open here and show you guys I haven't even opened this one yet myself. It also came with a Creepshow 2 sticker. This is one of their previous releases. And then it came with a postcard of Nowhere Wolf, and that's another one I've never heard of before. That looks pretty awesome. A man turned wolf turned invisible. That's Waxwork Comics. That's one I would want to check that out. I haven't really collected comics lately, but it was on the back of this postcard. But if anybody knows about Nowhere Wolf, let me know. That sounds pretty interesting. Maybe Derek or Mrs. B, if you guys are watching, if you know anything about that, let me know. There's the inside art. There's Flyboy. One of the best taglines in movie history. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. And the first record. Each record was a different color. This was kind of a blue-green to kind of, I guess that symbolizes the zombie skin, kind of that bluish-green color that they had. Dawn of the Dead. And the second record, I guess they're both the same. It's kind of a blue-green as well. I thought one was gray, but I guess I'm mistaken. But that was it, guys. That was my haul for this week. I do have a couple more things coming in the mail. I also have a stack of things that I picked up from Twilight Time in their latest sale that just ended today, the 28th. I picked up about a good 10 titles. I'll show that in a separate video. And I have a collector's figure that I picked up from, I bought it on eBay, but it was originally from Mondo, and it's freaking amazing. So I'm gonna show that in a separate video. But I guess I'll just kind of do like a little recap here for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And I want to thank all my newest subscribers. I've been getting a few subscribers lately, and I appreciate that. And if you're a new subscriber and you want me to check out your channel, leave a comment down below and I will go and check you out. It's always good to find new channels. So let's see. Try not to take too much time, but we'll scan across here with the Seventh Seal, McCabe and Mrs Miller offerings, twin billing of House on the Edge of the Park, Last House on Massacre Street, Drag Me to Hell, Hell Night, Blood Harvest, The Ghost Lovers, Eaten Alive, Threads, Grizzly, They Call Me Bruce, The Sect, The Suspicious Death of a Minor. I'm looking forward to that. This is probably going to be this weekend. I'm going to check that one out. The Untamed, JD's Revenge, Basket Case, Tales from the Hood, Once Upon a Time in the West, Day of the Dead Bloodline, Octoman and Cremators, double bill, Friday the 13th, 1 through 8, and It Stains the Sands Red. And this bad boy here, Dawn of the Dead LP. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I will see you soon.